last day of registration, everybody and their mama wants to play games and act like they're not going to be on the list. Yeah, everybody. It's dumb. It's dumb. So now, the registration won't let me register. Blah 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 blah. I don't care. It's not my fault. You had months.
And it's not, it's not like the old USSF where like Kellyanne, everybody has said like the countdown of almost every single day, and you as well. There's of any other tournaments, there's no excuse for a late registration for this one. If it means something to you, you would have registered.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are you waiting to the very last minute?
Because because sumo. I don't know.
Yeah. It's real irritating. So, I'll probably never do another nationals, to be completely honest.
There it is.
I was about to say
everyone who does it. Everyone who does it. People keep joking to me. They're like, Justin, your nationals was so amazing. Like, would you do it again? And I was like, fuck no. And now you're learning. Now you get it. You're just like, it's
only going to get worse here too, because the national meeting is on me. Christina's out of town, so that's all me.
Out of
as
town?
a non-voting member of the federation, I have to deal with.
I can't vote.
You can't vote either?
Yeah, I've been in about a decade, and because of 2022, I was a week late or something on my re-registration. I am now no longer valid because of the new rules. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So Christina is not competing?
She's competing. She just won't be at the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
All right.
But enough of that crap. Like, just absolute crap of the federation. Tim, how are you doing?
Not bad, actually. Had a good weekend and enjoying this hot weather.
Hot weather?
Hot is relative.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys in California, because this 113 today, was hot.
113 with tornadoes?
16 or 60% humidity is complete swamp ass out there. It is disgusting.
I just saw somebody's story on the other part of Texas, and it's like hailing, and I'm like, yo, what's going on over there,
dude? It is it's any random day is Armageddon in all the things in the Bible, fire, brimstone, maybe a hail of locusts, all the things.
Waiting for the frogs.
They're all here. Just wait for it. It might be on Tuesday. I don't know.
There's a bunch of do you remember those cartoon frog with the top hat? There's a bunch of those falling on the ground, just singing, "Hello, my lady."
Hello, my lady. Hello, my lady. I'm a ragtime girl.
Meanwhile, in Texas.
That's worse. I think that'll suck. Can you imagine?
Oh man.
Well,
let's go ahead and get this party started, where JJ is complaining and Justin's talking about the weather and Tim's talking about weather too. We all old black men apparently.
Tell him no. Tell him no. You've been trying to cater to all the needs. You've been feeling guilty for so long. Maybe they're not friends, they are enemies. Don't you tell them yes, tell them get lost. Cause every time you go and ask for help, they say sorry but I'm busy. So you end up doing it yourself. Ooh, hold up, baby, don't take it. It ain't friendship if they just fake it. You don't need to put up with their bullshit. Tell them no. Hold up, baby, don't stress it. It ain't worth it, and you won't miss it. You don't need to put up with their bullshit. Tell them no.
And we are back. The song is good. The logo needs work.
Yeah, yeah, that it does.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you know, nationals. I've got tunnel vision. And welcome to Black and Sumo. Black and Sumo.
We black, y'all. We black, y'all. We blackity black and we black, y'all.
So, Mr. Tim, will you give us a little snippet of you? How you like? Hi, my name's Tim. I am, with Sequoia. All the fun stuff. What,
Do
who
that
are
promo.
you?
Cut that promo.
All right. Hello, my name is Tim Lindsey. I am part of Sequoia Sumo Club, and I've been in California since 2012, I want to say, and I am new to sumo.
Nice. Where are you from? Where are you from before California?
So originally, I was born in Mississippi, and I'm a military brat, so I just bounced around here and there.
Fair.
And then I ended up on a high school in Atlanta, and then I went to the Marine Corps, and they sent me to San Diego, and the rest of history.
ATL, shouty.
Can you do me a favor and remove your headphones? I think the audio is coming from your headphones.
Me?
Right here?
No, not you, Justin. Tim. Yeah, where you sound a little muffled.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can pop the headphones off.
That's better?
That is better.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. I suck with technology, so.
It's all good. We all do. Especially Justin.
Especially me. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm a work in progress. God damn it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Continue your promo.
I've just been in California since 2012. Once I went into the Marine Corps, and I just stayed here for a bit. And I think I've only moved out for maybe a couple of years, and I came right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you currently active in the military? Or your duties are done?
Yeah, I fulfill my obligation.
Put your years in. Okay. Hey, and honestly, today that we're recording is Memorial Day. So
Yes.
I thank you. You are not dead, clearly, but I thank you for your service.
just on the inside. No worries.
We are all dead in the inside.
Also, I would like to give a big shout out to my pops, who's a military vet. He's been in 3 wars and all the fun stuff. So on this military day, I would like to and anybody who's in sumo also that is former military or currently active military. So that is I'd like to throw that out there.
Yes.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support.
Especially now in all this chaos. Good Lord.
No, I feel like the world's about to crack just break. And
if you want to, I don't know that we've ever been this close to World War III in multiple regions. Such as life.
No,
yeah.
The crazy thing about that is that it's almost every other decade. That's a common thing when people say that. It's like, oh man, the world's going to crap, and then 10 years pass.
Yeah. Yeah. And life keeps going on. Yeah, true.
Like I ran across an article back from the 50s, and it's like the exact same thing. It's like, oh man, they're integrating the school. The world's going to end. It's going to crap. Here we are, 2024.
You can't let those black people around our white children.
Don't let them new niggas.
Y'all niggas haven't had nothing. And we missed the 10-minute mark. We already started. This has been consistent. There's a sweet spot that YouTube likes for you to not, just say crazy things. But we hit that point. We always come up short.
I mean, I said, just don't trust the new niggas over there.
Wow. I do have. I know it's different for the show, but I do have a question for both of y'all as far as like being black in sumo.
Come with it. We usually ask that at the end, but come with it from the beginning. Go ahead, sir.
How is it being black in sumo? Has there been any? I guess this is a loaded question. Has there been any adversity, or has it been none at all? Like, how is it?
Nope. Well, JJ, I don't know if you want to answer first.
No, you go first, and then I'll go after.
This community, this community has, it's a circus tent. I will say that, because it is all shapes, all sizes, all religious backgrounds, all sexual backgrounds, all like nobody cares. It doesn't matter what you are. You know what I mean? And I have, in my almost decade-long, experience of being in sumo, this is one of the most open and accepting communities that I've ever been in, and I think that's a precious thing. And every now and then there are, there's a few bad apples. Oh, and I'd say it's only 1%. It's only about 1%. That's how good. That's how pure this is. But 1% every now and then comes in, and the love that is in this sport kind of forces them to either like be like, okay, I need to check myself, or they just disappear. Okay. It typically works itself out, and it's been amazing. So that's my experience.
Okay.
I think that the sumo community, the amateur sumo community as a global entity, has been welcoming, right? Because it's just we regardless of where you are, even if you're in Japan, you're within the fringe, right? Because that means you're competing against baseball, American football, which I didn't know Japan was the third biggest country for American football, rugby, and everything else, right? So that's one thing. But when you start presenting sumo, you do run into hurdles, right? And me as a black man, and I'm doing demos, I'm doing things across California, I'm going to Japanese internment camps and doing stuff to like better knowledge of sumo, because California has like a big gap of it, and I'm really trying to bridge that gap. Now, from our community, it's good. Our fellow black community, they're like, what you doing?
Because it's like it's out of the norm of what
the
expectation norm, right?
Yes.
But you know what?
The Japanese community, on the other hand, is extremely welcoming. Extremely. Especially, you have to come correct. Right? Yeah. You have to know your 1, 2, 3s, your ABCs, your you gotta come in.
Yeah. They're usually looking at you like, do you know? And then when they see that you know, their whole face changes. Like, how do you know? How do you know
running a tournament in California is one of I know what I know, and I don't think anybody else that runs a tournament in California understands what sumo was in California. Sumo used to be a huge thing, right? Where they had a California Yokozuna, right? There was a full thriving circuit of sumo wrestlers going from farm to farm and just wrestling for their livelihood, right?
And
that's a
Hawaii
big thing.
Too. Yeah.
In Hawaii too. I knew about the Hawaii. We all know about Hawaii, but California was that one that was a little forgotten. And then World War II happened, and it was a crime to be Japanese. And that was one of those things I was like, oh, in San Diego, I bet there's never been a tournament here before. And then I promptly picked up my foot and I put it right in my mouth. And then next thing you know, you're connected to the Japanese Historical Society, who drops some knowledge on you, right? And you're like, okay, let's keep going, right? Wow. And then that bridges gaps. And then you figure out that sumo, when I say what sumo is, it's not just a sport. It's not just like a ritual, but it's a religion.
So it's a way of
It's
life.
a
religion.
it's
Yeah.
everything. It's everything, right? And as long as you come correct with that, everybody's welcome, right? Because you have to have your ah, you, eh, oh ready to go.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Well, dude, those were good questions. I have
questions.
I have questions for you, sir. Start off, how did you find find sumo and then fall in love with sumo enough to get to the point where you did it? And then how did you seek that out?
So I found it because I was going to school here. I recently just graduated from the college that I'm at now. But
congratulations.
Thank you. I'm taking a break. So I was at one of the buildings and I saw a posting for Sequoia Sumo Club, and I was like, I've heard of sumo, but I didn't know there was anything in the area. So I was like,
yep.
Mind trying it. And at that point in my life, I was at a point in my life where I was trying to figure out what was my next move, because I always wanted to do something like with that kind of contact. So I was either thinking of doing like maybe pro wrestling, because I've always wanted to do pro wrestling.
Interesting.
It was just that, or it was like, well, I can try sumo, but then I had to really think about it. I was like, well, I'm 33. I don't know how much damage my body could take at this point, because I've been playing sports since I was like knee high, and the mileage are through the roof.
Yeah. Trust me, you got a lot more miles than you think.
Yeah, that's sumo.
Yeah,
especially if you decide to move up a weight division.
Woo!
So you can give yourself a couple more years.
So I feel like I could take more of the bang in sumo than in the pro wrestling, because in pro wrestling you have to let yourself get banged up, right?
Fair.
You have to literally let them bang you up. Whereas I have a little bit of a chance to prevent that if the ball is in my court.
Fair.
So I hit the number up. Matt picked up, and he's like, "Yeah, come on over," and the rest is history.
How is it? Because for the longest, so like me and JJ, we both got our start, in SoCal, and in Los Angeles, and forever. I don't know if you know any of the history, but what's his name? Oh my God, I'm going blank. The mountain up north. He's up in the Bay.
Roy?
Oh God damn it! Thank you. Yes, I don't know if you know who Roy is. But old school guy, when I first started, he was he was competing, and Roy Sims. Have you ever heard of him?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh, you should know your history, sir, especially for North California, because he's the man. Now he has retired. In the I guess when was his last? His last was
he did the World Games.
He did do the World Games.
He did the World Games 2022.
Yeah. And has since said, I'm good. Roy Sims, amazing individual, and he is part of your Northern California history. And so I feel like you should get to know that man. But we were down in Southern California, and there's Mr. Roy Sims.
Oh wow!
And he is a very tall gentleman, and he's really funny as hell and fun to travel with. But like, if you get a chance, please, you need to pay your respects to and get to know him. Find him on the grams or on whatever, but please know who he is. Okay. At the time he was it. For when it came to Northern California, that was it. The rest of it, the only other hub of sumo that was actually worth a damn was Los Angeles, and that's where me and JJ got our start with Yamamoto Yama and Takeshi, and from that and from that, JJ moved back to San Diego. I moved to Texas, and clubs sprout from that tree.
Okay.
Yeah. But how, from that statement, my question is, how has it been in attempting to grow your club, in NorCal?
So being part and watching Matt and his brother try to grow the group and stuff like that, it's interesting because we're currently at a MMA building now, and there are a lot of people
I've seen the video.
Oh, I didn't know that there was sumo here, right? And so there's a lot of interest in it. People realize they see people actually doing it. I was like, oh, okay, so I think I could do this, So it's interesting to see that spark, because I was that person who was that. I was like, oh, I didn't know this, and then I did it because I started practice. My first practice was in January.
Okay.
And I had only been to 3 practice, and then I went to the SoCal tournament.
Wild. You did 3 practices. So when you, I think me and you were like, it was like one of the beginning matches or something. I might have been your first match.
You were my second match. My first match was
your
second. Then you was my second match. And then my third match was Dane.
Damn.
Yeah.
After three practices. How did you feel?
That was wild.
What did you feel? Like going to your first tournament? Because I remember my first tournament. My first tournament was the 2017 Nationals, and it was like, I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this. But like, how did you feel?
So I guess because I don't know, when it comes to like high stress situations, I kind of like clock out and zone in kind of thing. And I felt the nerves because I was in a new environment, didn't know anybody. Only person I knew was Matt and his brother. So I would try to hang out with them, and then they would leave and hang out with people they know. So I was like, well, I guess I'll go know some people. So that was the only nervous part of it, was like being around new people. And then I would see certain people that I've seen in videos. So I was like, oh, I've seen that's Rajan Sumo. I've seen that videos, and I'm like, hey, I'm a big fan. Besides that part, I don't know. Once I got into the point where I was going against somebody, I guess it was just all instinct of what I knew, and then I kind of relied on that from like sports I did, and then the stuff I done in my past, and went from there. And I think the biggest reality check was when I went against you, and I was like, okay, I'll do what I usually do. I just keep my head down, keep it moving, keep it pushing. And there was an instant regret because I kept my head down, and I'm a lot taller than you. So I went down, and next thing I knew, I had blonde hair in my chin. I was like,
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun.
The Golden Lords.
And it took me back so much that I didn't know how to react. So if you watch the video, I went to shake your hand in the midst of being knocked out. Like my body was still processing what happened. And so I was like, okay. Reality check. Because I went from blocking to this, and then you look back and like, oh, you trying to shake my hand, and you shook my hand.
Yeah, I'm sorry. In the ring is a very dark zone, but outside of the ring, you gotta you come back to reality, and you're like, oh shit.
So that's the thing. So I was in that rim too, and then I caught contact, and then I fell out of the rim. And I was like, oh, okay, just me again.
Hi, Tim.
So it was a good reality check, and it was a good I learned a lot from it. I learned so much. Good. I was able to incorporate that a lot more, and I thought about more of my movements as far as like head placements and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then I was like, okay, this makes sense. And so it was a lot of stuff that I just took notes on. And I was able to showcase some of that at the Cal Summit that we had with all the clubs and stuff like that. And I was like, okay,
Yes.
I am learning.
Good,
Yes.
good.
Yeah, I saw some really good sumo from you at the Daigekko. You did really well. You were moving well, and we all had to deal with Gio's aggressive new tachi. Where
Boy,
I love it.
Wait, Gio's new tachi. His tachi been aggressive.
He developed more. He's a growing boy.
That boy tried to do like I knew because I've seen his tachi, and so when I think what tournament was it? No, it's yours. It was yours, JJ. I said, okay, he's in the big boy league. And like I hit him like a grown ass man because I had to fucking I had to let him know. But still, he came in solid. And I've got one of the faster tachi's in the league, but he came in really solid. And I was like,
do you have one of the fastest tachi's in the league? Is that true?
I do. I've been known for that. Just saying.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see next week, motherfucker.
It was funny because you told us.
I wouldn't say these days.
You told us not to go 110 or 100%, and me and Gio just threw that out the window.
I know. And that's why at the end of the day, he was concussed again.
Jeez.
I was like, fuck, man. Every time you come to San Diego, you're getting concussed. Your mom's going to think fucking real bad of me, man.
Oh, but it was a lot of fun. I loved it. I loved the feeling of like being a part of a family kind of thing. It was dope. It was a great experience.
That's what it's about.
Experience was just light years of knowledge for me. Just going around asking people questions and stuff like that. It was great knowledge.
Yeah.
Nice.
I noticed you at the SoCal Open. I was crazy because when JJ's running a tournament, I'm everywhere that I probably shouldn't be, and I am trying to bounce back, and then I register and I say hi, and then I go and do other stuff. But I saw you taking Polaroids. I still want to see some of those photos because I didn't see any. But yeah, everybody that spoke with you was like, man, that Tim guy's great. It's like, I know.
Yeah. Like I said, that tournament was my first time meeting you. I had seen you on Instagram, but I got to, and I wish we talked a bit more. I got to kind of meet some other people's, but you seem like an interesting person, and I'd like to dive deeper and get to know you, on a deeper level. Hopefully that'll happen in San Diego. Usually by the time we get to the open weight, I'm already drinking. So, but.
So
Not at this tournament. Justin.
Oh, I mean,
not at this
what?
tournament. We're not drinking on a school premises. Okay.
Fair.
All right.
But but afterwards,
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. Off school premises.
And the after party will be hosted by Justin Kizzard, so he needs to figure that out.
Oh, good Lord. No pressure. No, I mean we were going to karaoke. We're going to the karaoke spot.
Did you check out the karaoke, Mr. Kizzard?
I did.
Did you see that they only had one room that you could get that might fit all of us in?
I saw that, and it looks like it's less than 10 people that can be in there.
No, it's 30.
Physically,
and then there's another one for 50.
Oh,
yeah.
I did not see that part.
I know.
So we're fine. We're fine.
You need to check.
Should we?
Check
the
availability.
Man, okay. Then I shall call them tomorrow.
Sorry, Tim. Two old black men are arguing about an event that has already happened. So this is fun podcasting.
Sorry.
No worries.
One day, I hope that. Oh, sorry. You what?
No, I was saying I'll be able to join you guys afterwards with the events after the nationals, because last time with SoCal, I had to leave early, and then at the Cali Summit, I had to leave early too because I had that long drive, and I had prior engagement the next day. So this time I'll be able to like actually get to know people.
Part of
the John Jock
sumo
seminar on the Sunday, the John Jock seminar on Sunday.
I will try to make it to that one too.
Nice. So part of sumo, my new friend, of course we hit hard. We go hard in the ring, but afterwards, the second best part of sumo is the after parties. It gives you a solid reason to travel because it's fun. The after parties tend to be pretty fun. Oh shoot! What is that noise?
That's probably on my end. Hold on.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Are you like driving?
No, I'm on base. So there's jets and everything.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
I was like, that is really loud.
I was also like, how can you drive with that in that posture? Like that's.
He got that swagger. He says like, one hand over here.
What's up with it? I'm on the jet.
Oh,
well,
man.
What was I gonna say? No, yeah. So I mean, a lot of the community bonding tends to happen at the after parties. So I would say enjoy that, but also enjoy yourself on Sunday for really gaining knowledge. Mr. John Jocks, he has been in Texas for the last 10 days, and he is now he just flew to San Diego, and it is worth going to, and even. And just being in his presence is a blessing, and I really enjoy him. So I think you should go. It's worth it, especially as a newcomer. Yeah. How did your back to black questions? How does your family think about you doing sumo?
Yeah, I know you have children,
or your peoples.
What do they think?
So
what do they
family wise,
of Papa?
At this point, because I every other day or every other something, they're like, I'll tell them something, and they're like, oh, that sounds like you. But so. If it's something that's out of the norm that I do, they're like, "Oh, that sounds like you." So they're not.
All right, you're in good company. You're in good company then.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then my kids, the way they see it is like, because my sons, they want to be professional wrestlers, right? And so they see it as me wrestling, right? Like, so they're like, they're ecstatic about it. I send them videos and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, look at Dad, he's doing this and that." So I'm like, okay, in their mind, I can't do no wrong.
Heck yeah.
Hey, beautiful. Glad you have that kind of support. That is necessary, because it's not, for some people it's not always the case. You might have a secret love to do, to do this thing, and then some of your peoples are just like, I don't know about that, dog. You got their cheeks out and this and that, and luckily, like for me, it's been I think it's been a long time since I've tried to hide some of the more eccentric, nerdy things that I enjoy. But back in the day, and I had some hood friends and stuff, like I would like secretly watch anime, but then you had to put on a certain face for the homies and this and that, and but I grew out of that real quick because I had started to realize I just enjoy who I am as and it may not be the typical black things that I like to do. I just like to do shit that's weird, and that has been me, and I've accepted that since probably around my mid-20s, and never looked back, because life got so much more fun when I just was like my full on weird self. Because I was a little weirdo growing up, but by the time I hit probably 13, I was like, oh shit, I'm a weirdo. And like and you just kind of like you do things that fall in line. And from like 13 to like, you know, like I said, 24-ish or whatever was almost a false identity of myself. And I have lived my life to the fullest since then, since my mid 20s, and been, you know, just life has been just so much more free when you're unbound by the chains of what you are supposed to do. Black people don't swim. Black people don't ski. Black people don't camp. Black people don't. Fuck that shit. I do what the fuck I want. Fuck that. Because why would I limit my life for you?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just because you're in a box, like, who are you? To me, you know, like, I don't know. So, like, yeah, I went camping. Oh, man. Oh, you out there doing that weird shit. Da-da-da. Yeah, nigga. And it was fun as fuck. Right. Why don't you try it sometime?
Have you ever thought about getting your kids involved in sumo?
I'm sure they would love to. I'm sure they wouldn't mind at all, honestly.
How old are they?
My youngest, so my oldest is 9. My oldest son is 9, and then my youngest son is 5. And they there's some rough ones.
Yeah,
that's my fault. But they love tussling. They love it. So, but I like the fact that you said that the fact that you do whatever you feel like represents you or what you like, because I will say that the amazing thing about being black in 2024 is that we have found the ability to redefine what people think black is. Right?
Hey, man, hey, and I'm an old school cat. In the 90s, in the 90s, you couldn't really be doing that shit. Yeah. Like, you couldn't just be doing. I think it
depends on where you at, though.
Well, I remember downloading from Livewire and listening to anime intro songs, and I didn't care. All my friends aligned. It was all good. Most of my family were all good, but I had a couple cousins that were very, like, you know, the hood cousins that you try to impress. They're like, what the fuck are you listening to?
Yeah.
And you know, and it's like the Yu Yu Hakushow. Boom, 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 boom.
You're like, what are you talking about? This is like dope.
It's a jam, though. What is Smiling? What's the name of the song? Smiling Bomb? I think that's the name of that song.
Yes.
It's a jam. Yeah, I was in that same boat. Being a kid, my first anime that I remember watching was Bonin Warriors and like Guyver and Cyborg, Cyborg 009 and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And maybe Kinkaider at that same time, right? Kinkaider?
Oh. Whew. So I watched all of that. Yeah. So I watched all of that, and I was like, "What is this?" You know, and I was hooked immediately. And it took my cousin was weird out that I was watching stuff like that, and then it took them watching Dragon Ball Z to be like, "Oh, I see why you like stuff like this now."
Yeah. Oh snap!
Right.
He got him. Oh,
he got him. DVDs, bitches. Still got the DVDs.
The DVDs, dog.
Telling you, I'm old as fuck. I won't get rid of them either.
tell me you're old without saying you're
old. Eat my ass. I don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna take my motherfucking anime away. I'm gonna watch whatever I want. I got Tenchi Muyo box sets. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, Tenchi Muyo.
I got those bad boys at Comic Con.
Tenchi Universe.
Comic Con when it was $20.
What's another one? Tenchi and Universe, Tenchi and Tokyo, all that. Yeah.
Yep. I got all the movies. I got the Gundams. I got it all. That's what I do.
Damn.
That's what I do.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to watch all that stuff. I was literally like, cause it was a time frame where they would show it on like Cartoon Network, but it was the Canadian
Wait, what?
Canadian version of it. because Toonami's filter was from Canada.
Yeah.
So I would get off
shit.
the bus and run home to catch these shows. And
Hell
lie to my
yeah.
mom like I did my homework, and then afterwards do my homework before she caught on.
Okay.
I was watching Dragon Ball Z on the international channel and on Telemundo. I don't know no Japanese or no Spanish.
This is the weirdest fact that I've found out about JJ. This motherfucker was watching anime in Spanish. I was like, God, that's some dedication.
I'm jealous. You know why I'm jealous? Because Telemundo had all the new episodes out way before America. So we was watching reruns multiple times.
And if you popped over to Universal, you could watch Dragon Ball GT, which I didn't understand why Goku was a kid again. I don't know. But yo soy Goku. I'm like, all right, let's go.
The American version didn't get a new season of like Frieza Saga. We didn't get Frieza Saga until I want to say 1999. And by that time in Japan, Trunks had been introduced and they're fighting Boo. And then at Telemundo, they have already went through the Frieza Saga and they're into fillers. And we're watching reruns of them flying to Namek. And I'm like, yo, when we get new episodes? Well,
better watch it in Spanish, in Espanol.
So yeah, I am super jealous that he was watching it because I didn't know any of that information. As a kid, I didn't know any of that. I'm just upset with Toonami and the robot for some reruns.
You know what got me really confused? So there used to be a like an ice cream truck, right? And you get the Dragon Ball cards. They're stickers, cards, reflectors, whatever. But it was super Dragon Ball Z, all of that's way more popular in Mexico than it is in America. Like that's or in the United States. That's just how it was. But I would look at it and it would show like the whole like family of it, right? And I'm like, all right. And I would see the long-haired Goku Super Saiyan 3. I don't know what that was. So I was like, oh, cool. Raditz came back alive, and now he's a Super Saiyan like everybody else. And I was like, where's Nappa at? Nappa ain't going Super Saiyan? How are they going to make sense with his hair? Right? I was just confused. I didn't know. I didn't know what Super Saiyan 3 was. I don't even think I knew what Super Saiyan 2 was, to be honest.
My dad used to go. To Japan stuff like that. So he'd come back and he would bring souvenirs and stuff, right? And I had his name, and it was a Dragon Ball. It only came out of Japan, and it had
Tim,
all this stuff.
Tim, I think you're breaking up just a little bit. Hello.
Oh, 1 second.
Sorry. You're chopping up.
Yeah.
What about
Try again. Yeah, you're frozen.
We can hear like every other.
Now.
Oh, I
think you're good. Maybe.
Not good.
Like your face is frozen. We can kind of hear you. I think this is just where it's going to be.
Okay.
So
right,
please start that story over because I think you said that your dad went to Japan and brought souvenirs back.
Yeah. So he brought souvenirs back, and one of it was a video game, and it was a Dragon Ball video game, and I thought it was a bootleg because it had like him with blonde hair and stuff. Oh, this ain't the real thing. What is this? Little did I know.
He said straight from Japan, baby. Straight from the source.
It was like it was the pink guy. It was Boo, but I was a kid, and at that time, Boo wasn't brought up yet, right? And so I was like, who are these characters? I said, man, my dad can't get anything right. I threw the game away.
Oh my God. You threw the Japanese version away.
I just threw the game away. I was like, oh, this is not real. It was a real game.
Yeah, and it's probably worth something today.
Yeah, it's hard to come by now. It was a real game. It was Sparking Zero.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Speaking of Dragon Ball Z and that, what's your favorite show? Which one out of the Dragon Ball universe?
Like out of that whole.
Yeah, like Dragon Ball Z.
The first one, Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball.
I think.
What's your favorite
Ball,
saga?
Man. So I want to say. With Dragon Ball, I want to say.
You chop it up.
Piccolo
buddy.
art with the tournament.
Okay.
Is this the time?
All right.
Okay. So the Piccolo tournament, King Piccolo, and then when Piccolo was reborn in that whole tournament. And then as far as Dragon Ball Z, I want to say I like the Saiyan saga more than anything else because Cell Saga wasn't bad, but good lord, how many mistakes can you make? Everybody was folding in the Cell Saga. Like everybody was making the dumbest mistakes ever. I am surprised Earth survived it, honestly.
I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. I have some students,
How many chances
and
you did?
my students really pissed me off because they were like, you know what the best saga was? It was the Boo saga. And I looked at them.
I hated the
like,
saga.
y'all, you have no taste. And then he's like, well, I watched Dragon Ball Kai, and Dragon Ball Kai, I'm like, your conversation is not valid. And he's like, Super's pretty good. And I'm like,
damn.
And then he said he didn't watch Dragon Ball. I'm like, everything you're saying doesn't matter. You don't have taste. And then I realized, not only am I an old black man, I am an old anime black man with old taste. Like, I don't want to listen to new music. I barely want to watch new anime. I'm falling apart here, guys. Falling apart.
No. We just old. I mean, I myself am more like all the the 80s and 90s like cyberpunk kind of anime stuff.
I
very much
like
into
hand drawing. I like hand drawing.
Oh,
and
it's
a
so
ton
good.
of coloring.
Oh,
It's like when you look
beautiful.
at I saw this Instagram video, right? And there was a person that was looking at the background of Cowboy Bebop. And they're like, look at the wine bottles and the liquor bottles. It's all like water paintings and pastels and this and that. And you're like, this is great. And then you look at the other stuff and it's like soulless. It's soulless. They have the budget to do amazing things and allegedly the technology, but there's a reason why Miyazaki's still out there doing like everything with hand, right? That's a true artist. That's a true artist. You know, like
he's one of the few still holding on to that.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, like
movie
I watched.
Beautiful.
Have you guys seen Giant Robo recently?
I have not.
Go back and watch Giant Robo. So Giant Robo is like it's amazing. It's amazing. It's a mech anime, and it's like 9 hours. It's an OVA. It's 9 hours of just amazing, just like awesomeness. Giant Robo. Yeah. Just give yourself like a day, a weekend, and ingest that. And it's just gonna be nothing but eye candy.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to write that down. Giant Robo.
And with that, I think this is a good spot for us to stop this episode. I'll see all of you guys like right around the corner, or Thursday probably for most of you.
I'll see you Friday.
Friday? Oh yeah, you don't have to cut weight. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to gain more.
Come on, little guy. Come on, little guy.
I'm the littlest middleweight. I'm probably the littlest middleweight that's gonna be in there.
No, you're not, but I know. That's because you don't have access to look, but I do.
Oh, fair.
So with that, I will say. Oh, what was that, Tim?
No, how much do you weigh right now?
I didn't catch what you said.
How much do you weigh right now?
Is that what you said?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Currently 205.
205. There's a guy that is 200 pounds, so you're fine. You're fine, Justin. You're fine.
But 200, 205.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
And with that,
On-
we gotta go. Love you guys.
Yep.
This has been so much fun. We're gonna have to do a part 2 because JJ's in a rush because he goes from one meeting to another one. See you guys soon. Touchy eye, hit each other in the face, all of that